You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. What's going on? You locked in with the Innovators YouTube. You already know I got the best interviews right here, man. Shout out to my sponsor, St. Ives Blunts. Make sure to get you one of those. I got Pyramid Kid in the studio today, man. How you doing, bro?
Doing great, just man, it's a lot going on, bro. I'm excited to share it in the interview and everything. And also, since it's an interview with you, I'm giving you guys like information that I haven't even told my fans or anybody else about. So this is like exclusive.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you. I got to start off with this because it's a hot topic right now, but how do you feel about everything that's been going on with police brutality, with the George Floyd, Sandra Bland? We just saw that, you feel me? Like,
yeah,
no, the case, like, they're not really doing nothing. They're not going through nothing. So, like,
I'm lightweight, not surprised, but at the same time, I feel like the truth is slowly coming out, and so I feel like this stuff isn't gonna last. I feel like it's gonna come to an end soon. Like, the people in the office are being exposed for human trafficking and doing all kinds of like crazy stuff. So I feel like it's kind of hard to explain like how I really feel about it. It's more so of like the truth is coming out, and then like we're being more woke to more stuff in front of us instead of like the police brutality's been going on,
exactly.
but I feel like as a people we're starting to wake up, and the things that we weren't taught back in the day, whether it was finances and stuff like that and entrepreneurship, that's one of our main, it's more common now. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I see us becoming more independent, because not too long ago, being an entrepreneur wasn't, people would look at you sideways like an entrepreneur. Like, you get what I'm saying? Especially with us, if you were a businessman, you wouldn't really get that same amount of attention than you would if you were an athlete,
Right.
So I think behind all of this, we're studying more like about our rights, our history, and taking care of ourselves and being more independent. So that's how I feel about it. It's kind of like a mixed emotion thing, because you can't say that this stuff is okay. We have to wake up every day and think about this kind of stuff, and then but we still have our own thing going. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I understand. It's definitely a crazy time right now. How you feel about like the coronavirus and everything that's been going on with that?
Man, I feel like this shit is like, I don't know, bro. My uncle has the coronavirus, but I feel like it's propaganda. Like, every 4 years, it's a new disease that comes out. We wear a simple mask that stops us from a virus. Like, I don't know, bro. I seen this video. This dude said, did these scientists talk to the virus? Like, because what is it? You have to have 6 people in the group, right? 6 people in the group.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6.
When it first came out, they said that you have a 99% recovery rate. Then they're saying that, oh, this is like the modern day bubonic plague or whatever. But last year, I think they said like 1 million people died from the common cold, but we were never on lockdown last year. I don't know, bro. I don't know,
I see
bro.
something today that said like the CDC is saying that coronavirus is not airborne, and I was like,
then how can it travel?
wait, that makes no sense at all. They're saying like it's not as easily transmitted through the air as we think, and I'm just like, how do y'all really know? Like, so I'm just like, damn, like each week some new information is coming out, but it's like it's so new. I'm like, people really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that, we can't get it, but I mean, I wear a mask when I'm inside and stuff, but when I'm outside, I'm not wearing a mask. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um I'm still weird, I'm taking care of my body, and stuff like that. So, just so my body can be prepared. And so, you know, they tell us about the hand sanitizer thing, right? The stuff that's in the hand sanitizer dries up your skin. So when it dries up, it's more exposed.
Yeah.
So we touch everything with our hands. So if we touch something that has the virus and we put on hella hand sanitizer, it could get in our skin and, you know, you have it all of a sudden. It's like, dang, bro, it's like,
Too
what can,
tricky for me. I'm like, I don't know really what to do and what not to do. I don't
right,
think anybody really knows. People is catching coronavirus and they saying they don't know how they got it. They following all the rules.
right. My friend had a stomach ache. He had like food poisoning, but he went to the hospital and they didn't even test him or anything. They just said he had the coronavirus. Put his house on quarantine and everything. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, bruh.
That's insane.
I know.
That's insane. But tell me though, how did you grow up? Were your parents around?
Um,
How was it?
Mainly grew up with my mom. She had me when she was 22. So
Okay.
I'm 21 now. But more so, like we moved a lot. You know, I think I get like my hustler mentality from her and my grandma.
Yeah.
Um, but we moved around a lot. I'm from Sacramento, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you know, I moved all around to Sacramento. I moved to Atlanta and Alabama for a minute,
Yeah.
and it was just all over the place. You know, single parent and stuff like that. You know, one time I had to live with my cousins and stuff, and then you know, it was just it was kind of a lot. My mom would work multiple jobs. Certain days I wouldn't see her. When I was little, I would always cry because I didn't know when she would come back home, stuff like that. But I learned a lot mainly from my grandma, because my grandma was always around, and so I understood that, you know, my mom was struggling and stuff like that. So, you know, I would still make the time that I could with her while she was in the house and stuff like that. But I would also learn a lot from my grandma too.
Right.
And plus, mind you, my mom is young, so
Yeah.
she's still learning. She's she's still learning and stuff like that. So, you know, it's I just learned to be open minded because, you know, people go through different situations. We grow up with different perspectives and stuff like that. So I think when you're open minded, it kind of prepares you, and it's more understanding that people have different perspectives. So when you understand that people have different perspectives, you kind of have to see where they're coming from instead of just like immediately bashing them and stuff. So that caught on. And so I think that's one of the reasons why, like, me and my family, like, we're hella open, we're hella cool.
Yeah.
And so but one thing about us is that it's a lot of like black sheep in our family. Like, we have we're different, like we stand out from everybody else.
Right.
So growing up, um I was talked about a lot, stuff like that. um I somewhat had like a,
What?
huh?
What you mean? You talked about a lot, like in a bad way.
Yeah, in a bad way, mind you. I like, especially when I was going through my growing phases, right? I'm tall, I'm like 6'2", 6'3" now. But like when I was growing up, I had like big hands, big head,
Yeah.
taller than everybody, skinny body and stuff like that. But stuff like that, you know, the common stuff. But um the stuff that I was into was somewhat different from everybody else. Like, I would always draw. I was always into fashion, art, you know, movies, stuff like that. I was always into music, but I didn't really like see it as a career, you know, like listen to all kinds of music, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, all types of, to like Beethoven, all kinds, like any type of music. As long as I find it good, I'll listen to it.
Right.
And so then you know, people around me were starting to play sports. I didn't really think that being artistic and creative was cool because, you know, it wasn't no one really made it out, you know, being no one was really like a fashion designer or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mainly stuck to sports. I was still creative on the side, but I didn't really, you know, my I thought that I would have to make it through sports in order to be somebody, you know. And so sports didn't work out. Playing sports throughout since like the sixth grade and on. I started playing football, and then it went to basketball and stuff like that. And
You
so,
play football?
yeah, I wasn't good at it though. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
I
I
said
was.
I wasn't good at it though.
I was fast, so I was like a wide receiver. I wasn't. I couldn't
Okay.
really take hits and stuff like that. But
Hey, at least you keep it solid. Some people would say, you know, I was out there killing it.
uh,
You know,
I
but
was fast, bro. They couldn't catch me though. I was fast.
what was it like growing up in Sac though?
Um, that's a good question. Um, Well, when I was little, I had lived with my uncles and stuff for a little bit. And so I was really close to like my cousins and stuff. And
Right.
so at the time, those were my friends, like these were like the cousins that I grew up with were more so of like the only people that I needed and the only people that I had at the time, but they were older than me. So I'm like the baby out of all my cousins. But of course, when you have older siblings, you catch on to stuff that like you catch on to more mature thing like things that they would go through. Like my grandma would sit us all around and give us a lesson and stuff like that. And like when this happens, don't let this, she would just teach us all. And she's from the South, she's from Alabama. So they had to catch on to a lot of stuff too. You became an adult pretty young, like around like your teenage years and stuff like that. So it was that. And then once I got older, they started graduating and stuff, and we started separating. And so um I would then that's when like I had to learn how to make friends at school and stuff like that. So um it was cool. It like I wouldn't say that I had like the roughest life, but I didn't have like the easiest neither. So
Right.
I was able to see both sides of like stuff that was happening in like our community and stuff like that. And then my mom being the entrepreneur and the grinder that she is, she had moved up, and so we got better jobs, and then we moved to North Highlands.
Right.
Um, and so I went to Center High. It's in North Sac. And so it's like a different perspective. You grow up with people, like you're around people that they're like in a bubble. They're like in a bubble because like they don't know what it's like to go through certain things. Their parents had it, they've always had what they've wanted and stuff like that. And so it was like when you would tell them something, they were like, what are you talking about? Like they never believed anything that I said. Like I was aware of police brutality and stuff. A lot of the people that was at my school didn't know who Trayvon Martin was. They didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't know. And so it was like,
Crazy.
dang, bro, I can't even relate to these people.
Right.
And the stuff that I grew up in before I moved there, they had idolized that stuff. They thought that stuff was like the way they would try to do whatever they could to be a part of something that they weren't. And so it was high school, bro. We know what it's like in high school. It's a popularity contest. You want to be cool and stuff like that. So I mainly just stayed to myself. I was like, this stuff in high school, bro, it's not finna matter. I was basically like ahead of my time, like ahead of my class. Like I was always when in high school, I was always with the older people because
Right.
they understood where I was coming from. But the people who are on my age, bro, I couldn't. Oh my gosh, it's has me tripping, bro. I really didn't like high school. But
Crazy. I love high school. I ain't gonna lie.
do you play football in high school, huh?
Yeah, I did. I for
Yeah,
sure did.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, I wasn't even put on game or anything like that. I it was people that had liked me, but I didn't know that until I like learned game and everything. But I didn't have like the shoe game and stuff like that. Like people find me charming and stuff like. So that's basically how I guess I caught the other girl's attention. But I was like, you want to be with me? Like, I don't even have, I'm nothing like these guys. And so that's something that I'm kind of going through today. It's more so of like, I, over time, like my family and stuff always told me like good things about myself, but it's different when you hear it from people outside of your family.
Right.
And so now that I'm older, I'm starting to hear that more, and it's somewhat different. Like I wouldn't say I have like a love-hate relationship, but it's like I grew up as like an underdog. So like I knew I'm gonna have my time to shine, but at the same time, I need to realize what I have right now.
Right.
So going through that, and I've always been focused on the stuff that I wanted to do. So yeah.
Shit. Hell yeah. So talk about how you got into music.
Oh my gosh. So what happened? Was I leaving tryouts? It was my first year um, going to Sac City College. And so I guess I didn't know about, tryouts and stuff for basketball. I just wanted to try it because I didn't really have anything. I just had work in school.
Right.
And so dude said, oh, a year later, whatever. Like he basically said that he was going to keep the same people on the team, whatever. Fast forward. So I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I call my lift. And so the Lyft driver is like this one lady, right? And so it switches to a closer Lyft, right? This is the crazy part. And so um, this Lyft driver picks me up, asks me if I make music and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, I'm into it. At the time, I was just making lyrics, just having something to do. Like I would listen to a song, have my own lyrics, and I kind of had an urge to record, but I was like, nah, I don't know, bro. If it happens, I'm down to take the opportunity.
Right.
So he's all like, well, I'm a producer, whoop-de whoop-de woo. I'm like, bruh. And so and so this is when I'm signing my lease. I'm on my way to sign my lease to my apartment. So I was moving into the crossings.
Right.
So a lot of the everything was just piling like I was all the stuff that I spoke about or I wanted came into existence. And it's still like that till today. But um so he gives me his phone number. And then on February 9th, 2018 was when I first hopped inside the booth.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so I've been cool with him ever since. His name is Reb the Ruler. He was an artist from Oakland. He's cool with Mr. Fab and all of them too. And
Yeah.
so I just started off my career. And so it was hard in the beginning because I wanted to make different music, not trying to bash West Coast music or anything like that, but I'm like, I want to stand out, I've always listened to West Coast music, like Bay Area music and stuff. My family is from the Bay. So like my mom and her uncles and stuff my mom and my uncles and stuff are from the Bay. My cousins around my age are from Sacramento. So we're the first generation born in Sacramento.
Right.
Um, but I wanted to just stand out. And so I faced a lot of ridicule because they would listen to the beats and not even listen to the music. And they would just like cut my music off. So I was like, all right, I'm like, you finna feel me anyways. I'm like, when I first started recording, I'm like, I'm just not there yet. I'm in my own lane, but at the same time, I'm not reaching my expectations. So I start studying more about music and stuff like that. And just putting in like going broke off of studio time, trading in equipment. Like I had studio equipment because I lived across from Guitar Center on Howe Avenue by Arden Mall. And so I didn't have money. I traded that stuff in for equipment. I traded that stuff in for studio time.
Right.
I was that dedicated. I was like, bro, I don't have anything else to do. And I really like music. And so to hear myself on a song and stuff, it was like, damn, bro. Um, I think I really like this.
Right. Nah, shit. I feel like when people hear themselves on the songs, they be super excited. They make them love the music even more.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
Tell me though, what are like some pros and cons you would say of being an artist?
Um, I would say the people that you keep around you. Um, that's really important. Like no matter what you want to do, um, that um, I think you like being by yourself and not having a team, it makes you like if you actually want to be successful, you have to learn the rules to the music industry and promotion and stuff. You have to be your manager, the artist, and the person that reaches out to people and books, appointment, like not I said appointments, like events and link ups and stuff like that. So in a sense, it can make you more reliable, because like if someone say, like with me, right, since I learned the music industry and stuff like that, well, I'm still learning, but it's a lot that I know now that a lot of artists don't know about.
Right.
But if I have someone that's my manager now and he's all like, oh, I don't know how to do this, oh, it's cool, I know how to do this, hit up this person or do this. So in a sense, like, you starting off by yourself and learning the ropes, it's always beneficial. But the thing that's kind of draining is like doing all the work. It can get discouraging sometimes, because it's like, dang, bruh, if, like, what I used to think was like, dang, if I was good when I first started making music and people were listening to me, I'm pretty sure I would have a team by now.
Right.
But since I went through this phase or whatever, it was all like, well, these people are showing their true intentions, because if they really believed in me, they would still be here. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't face the
Exactly.
neglect and backlash. um so yeah.
No, no, I completely understand. I think with everything though, progression is super important. So going through that process and falling in love with the process, I think is probably the most valuable knowledge and lessons you can learn. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, and not even the end. People care about the end result, but you learn through the process. Like, the process is always going to be there. The end results can change and stuff like that, but you always have to go through a process. And a lot of people want to rush things, but I mean, we're young, so we're ahead of most people, because a lot of people care about right now. A lot of people care about what others think about them, and they try to impress other people. They want to be millionaires so quick, but they spend their money on like useless shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, like I oh my gosh, like I said before, I went broke on studio time. I was invested more into the music than, everyone was focused on the girls and
Yeah.
having the Yeezys and everything like that. Not saying anything is wrong with the Yeezys or anything, but it shouldn't be your main priority when it comes to your purpose or what you want to do. Like,
Right.
and like I said before, how I spoke everything into existence. Like, um, I I said to my friend Josh, I said, I'm gonna have a show at Ace of Spades. I ended up having it a year later. And I never thought I would have a pair of foam posits or any like the nice shoes that I wanted growing up. And now I got a few pair. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna change my character. It's more so of like, just keep on working. Like, I'm not even worried about that kind of stuff. Like, that's just something small. Like, it's the bigger picture was I had invested into my career and I have this now. Like, the career is up here, the shoes and all the small stuff is like down here. It's never gonna be like this. Like, if your mentality of like the more tangible things, like the shoes and the status and stuff, if you put that over your career, you're not gonna go anywhere. And a lot of times people do that because they care about people's opinions. You get what I'm saying? Ever
People
since
definitely do.
Yeah, and ever since I moved here, bro, the only thing I just bought, like, an Adidas jumpsuit. I got a pair of Yeezys or whatever, and I bought like a PS4. Those are the only three things that I bought for myself.
Yeah.
Other than that, I bought my studio equipment, like, and I've been like investing in like time and how to market myself in the music industry. So I spent way more time into my career than I did, trying to impress other people. I had bought my studio equipment. I was looking into, how to become like a businessman and an artist. And I was like, if you can't put the shoes and everything like that over your career, because you're not gonna go anywhere. Like, this stuff should be like minimal. Like, I would take game from someone else than I would like $1,000 pair of shoes or anything like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that'll get me better, because this is the stuff that's gonna make me more money. So I have my own studio equipment. I'm saving more money that I can invest into my career, and on top of that, I can make more money by having studio sessions and stuff, and learning how to mix and master and stuff. So
Exactly.
you have to see yourself as a business. You know, people always talk about getting the bag and stuff like that, but the money's gonna come like if you're consistent and you're on your stuff, but you shouldn't focus, I'm gonna do this so I could have all the money.
Exactly. Nah, for sure. You're right. Tell me about the music that's out right now, that's coming out. Like, what can the people expect? What have you dropped? What can they go find? Like, tell me about it.
Yeah, I just dropped my latest single called The Wild West. Something different. Before that, I have a song with Coney that I had dropped at the beginning of the year. It was around the time of quarantine or whatever, but that shit went up. I think I'm almost at like 200,000 streams, but
Yeah.
um, uh, you can follow me on IG at p.k1804. And also, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna give you guys some exclusive stuff. So I have a song coming up with Young Thug's sisters, High Dora and Dolly White,
Yeah.
uh, coming out soon. Um, so yeah, that's coming.
I
Um,
already know that gotta be fire.
I know, bro. And I'm supposed to head down to LA. So when I head down there, I'm gonna definitely tap in with you. I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
stop. But yeah, I have an artist. He's my engineer too, named Kid Reek. We
Yeah.
got some stuff on the way too. Just being more consistent with the music, something that's different. It's and you know, stuff that's catchy. I'm supposed to have a music video that's coming. I'm supposed to have a music video. Like it's supposed to come out sometime next week. But like I said, follow me on IG at p.k1804 and you'll get the exclusive, you know, the sneak peeks and stuff like that. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Make sure to go follow, bro, for sure. Tell me though, what's a perfect day for you?
A perfect day. Um Shoot. Waking up without being like, you know, you could just get up without having to struggle out of bed. Uh what else? Like a pot full of seafood. It's
You love
nice out,
seafood? I love seafood
nice
too.
outside. You know, I gotta have my naked juice. Naked juice
Try.
is hell.
Naked juice.
Um, just like you know, like the energy is cool, house is clean. You know, no, you don't have to wake up to anybody arguing or anything like that. You know, check up on your people. Your people are doing good. You know, shoot, I think that's a perfect day for me, bro. Just waking up being ready to be productive and you know eating good and you know taking care of yourself.
Nah, for sure. I think having a clean living space is definitely super important. I be trying to
Yeah,
make sure. I always tell people. They say my mom used to always tell me that your room is if your room is super messy, it shows that your life is a mess. And usually,
yeah,
my room is like super messy. It's when I just have a lot of shit going on and I'm all
yeah,
over the place. But having a clean space, I believe definitely helps clear my mind for sure.
yeah.
What are your hobbies outside of music?
Honestly, bro, I try a lot of stuff. I like dirt bikes. I like movies. Um, I also make computer designs, like graphic designs. So like
Yeah.
all the cover art that you see for my songs and stuff are the stuff that I made. Um, Also, I have merch right now. I'm gonna get some hoodies and stuff within like a couple of weeks. I'm really down to try like a lot of stuff. I'm into a lot of stuff and that's what I want to motivate other people to do. Like people are all like, what do I do? When do I start? I'm like, bro, just do stuff that you like or stuff that you have an interest for. Like even if you haven't done it before, if you like it, if you say I'm interested in it, try it. You know, um, I'm slowly getting back into video games, you know, especially with the PS5 coming out,
Yeah,
that God of War.
I'm an Xbox guy, but now
Uh,
I had a PS3 and then I went to the Xbox One, and I don't know which one to get. I feel like all my cousins got Xbox though, so that's why I kind of stick with that. That's why I got an Xbox in the first place. I was the only one of my cousins that had a PlayStation.
oh, okay. Yeah. My first system was a PS1. I still have, it's like a bag, and like you put the PS1 and the controllers in there and everything. I still got it too. I
Yeah,
still got it.
that's tight. I feel like that's gonna be worth some money one day. All of my cousins got they got the Xbox, so that's what made me start trying to get get the Xbox, because I was on PlayStation before that. But I really play both of them. I feel like I dominated video games just as good on both. Like there's no you can get served on either or. Like only thing that's kind of messing me up though is the buttons. Sometimes I hit the wrong buttons because
Yeah.
X
Yeah.
on Xbox is different from the X on PlayStation. So
Yeah. I be wa-
I hit a different spot. I hit the X spot thinking of when I'm playing PlayStation, but
I'm already knowing. I be watching your stories and stuff, but you handing people L's and Madden. I'm like, damn,
yeah,
bro, this
I
is
love,
Madden.
I love playing Madden.
This is the Madden god.
Tell
But
me
what?
this though.
Hmm?
Uh, how do you handle people, that didn't support you at first, and then they see you getting songs with certain artists, they see you moving up, they want to get back in your life now. How do you handle that?
I don't take it personal, bro. I feel like it's lightweight, more important things to worry about than people's opinions switching on you. Like I talked about before, people care about other people's opinions. So they might not like the song when it first comes out, but when they see that it has all these views and stuff, and then they see that their friends or someone that they rock with like the song, they're like, okay, I think I'm just gonna like the song too. Um, that's really how it is, bruh. And um, it's more, some people have to see results in order to believe in you too. So I mean, in this game of not just being an artist but an entrepreneur, because I'm pretty sure you went through the same thing too.
Right.
Like a lot of people didn't
Oh, for
believe in
sure.
you until they saw the results. But you have to be in this game with like a sense of humor. Like you have to realize that you're gonna get a lot of no's before you get yeses.
Sure.
Um so when it comes to, working on your craft, just don't be surprised. You're gonna get, like, people might say no, but it doesn't mean, no forever. It could just mean no for right now,
Right.
you know and I'm starting to get used to it, because like more people are starting to recognize me. The girls that ignored me are hitting me up now, and it's like, nah, bro.
All right.
Plus, right, plus someone that's better hopped in my DMs too,
Yeah.
so
I like to ask this question to everyone I interview. If you could pick yourself to be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
a falcon. I knew you were gonna ask this question too, because I'm like, you add, yeah. I'll be paying attention. You already know. I would be a falcon. A falcon is like um the fastest animal in the world. Like, I seen a video of a falcon. It flies high, and then it just dies, right? And then it just like goes like this, like hella fast. It swoops on its prey hella fast. And they have like the best eye. They could see the farthest. No other animal can see as far as a falcon. I feel like it's like I feel like it's an underrated animal in a sense. Falcons have like the best eyesight. um they're they have the best eyesight. They're like the fastest animal, like compared to like their diving abilities and stuff like that. I seen a falcon decapitate a duck.
Really?
Bro, they go hella high to where you can't even see them in the sky, and they just dive down, bro.
That's
They
crazy.
just die. Yeah, and people sleep on birds, bro. It's a thing called a harp eagle. This eagle eats monkeys, bro. I mean,
What?
it eats monkeys, and like these birds, like when you see like these owls and stuff, these motherfuckers are like 3 feet tall. Like they could pick up kids and goats and stuff like that.
Nah, for sure. That shit's crazy. It for sure some big ass birds out there.
Yeah, bruh, nature, bruh. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of things in nature. Other than the eagle, like if it was a superpower that I would have a superpower like the mantis shrimp. It's a shrimp that's like this big. But have you heard of it? It's called a mantis shrimp.
Is it? Have you seen the Jamie Foxx movie on
Yeah,
Netflix?
it's that one. It's that one.
I said that's what
Yeah,
that sounded like. I said I feel like I heard that before, and I feel
yeah,
like that was in the Jamie Foxx movie.
yeah. It moves hella fast to where it could boil it like when it flaps its tail, it boils, it like evaporates water and it lives underwater.
Yeah,
The water can go up to 300 degrees, and just like that, it just goes like this. It goes like this. That's how it kills its food. It hits you. That's like they said if a human, they said if a mantis shrimp, if we had a power like a mantis shrimp, like if I tackled somebody, that's at least like 10 Ray Lewis's. That's at least 10 Ray Lewis's tackling you. Imagine you having that superpower, bro.
that's crazy. That is crazy.
Hella
I seen
crazy.
that. That shit is crazy. I was like, God damn.
Right.
What advice can you give to independent artists?
Study the rules to music, like the different types of deals. Um, uh, I would just try to touch around everything, being an artist, being a manager, especially if you're by yourself. But I feel like you would learn more if you're by yourself compared to you already having everything like given to you.
Right.
Um, uh, just study like the business side also. So when it comes to deals and contracts and stuff, it's like I don't necessarily want to sign under this person. I want to do let's say I want to do a distro deal
Yeah.
or like a partnership. And with partnerships, you actually make more money that way. Like me,
Right.
me personally, I'm trying to get a distro deal with Empire. So
Right.
Empire, a lot of people, Snoop works with Empire. X had signed with them, but sadly he got killed. Of course, Coney is with Empire, Mozzie, and all of them, but it's a lot of big artists that are signed with Empire. But and especially around this time where Kanye West and everyone is speaking up about their rights as an artist, um, people are starting to give out more game. Like I didn't know, no one really knows about partnership deals when it comes to music. It's always, oh, I'm signed under here, or I have my own label, or I'm like independent. And so you get more money too off of a partnership deal. But just learn the business side, study how streams work. Um, uh, don't be afraid to work with other people. And when it comes to bigger artists, say a bigger artist reaches out to you, right? I
Right.
wouldn't even charge them. I wouldn't charge them because if we have this song and stuff and you help me, especially if you help me push the song, um, that's gonna come to, I'll get more exposure that way. And outside of music, as in like a business in general, value the people more than you do the money.
Yeah.
Because like in business, people don't necessarily think about being kind to other people. They don't think about treating this person like a regular person. They just think about the opportunity that they can get. And so with me personally, I'm a genuine person, like as a regular person. And when it comes to music and stuff, I reach out to artists and stuff. As long as you show me that you're serious, like I have a friend, Dede Hot now. He's popping in Sac. He's people know him way more people know him more than they do me, but I still reach out to dude and still give him game.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to help other artists out, whether it's advice or when it comes to music and stuff. Just don't be hella selfish, because that's one thing about Sac is that we haven't gotten the spotlight yet compared to like everyone else in California. Like people know more Bay Area artists than they do in Sacramento. And it's like, I don't know, bruh. It's kind of hard to explain because we know a lot of LA artists and stuff like that. And then we know a lot of people in the Bay Area, but then it's like it gradually like gets smaller on the people that you know, you
Right.
know? Um, but be yourself. That's one thing. Because and I noticed that too. A lot of people like copy off of each other out here, and so I'm like, you're not going to be marketable. You have to find ways to catch people's eyes. You have to find a way to stand out compared to everybody else. And
Right.
so when you do that, just don't be afraid to be you. Yeah, you might have backlash, but it shows people's real character of how they feel. Like a lot of people are followers, so they're gonna follow what's cool right now instead of being more open-minded like me, bro. I was talking to my friend the other day. No one else is hitting the pop smoke. No one else is doing the woo walk in their music videos except for me. They aren't woo walking out here doing other dances and being more open-minded as an artist. So in that way you could stand out. Like I made a post the other day. It said, tell a Sac, tell a Sac nigga to dance without covering his face and watch him have a panic attack. But yeah, bro, I think the biggest advice, help out other artists, like give them advice. Not saying that you have to, immediately give your stuff to, like, like if they show that they're serious, help them out. Like give them game. You don't even have to make a song with them. Study the music business and just be yourself. Don't be afraid to be a artist that'll stand out to everybody else. Because I'm not like, it worked for me. I'm a living example. I just don't have like all the clout yet. But it's like once I have all the clout, you can look at my resume, the stuff that I did in the past, and it worked. So I don't have to think about what the next man is gonna do. I could just focus on me,
Nah, for sure. Nah, I rock with that heavy. I want to ask you though, what is the biggest lesson you learned in the industry so far?
You have to be careful. A lot of people are in it just for the I think I might have said it before. A lot of people care more about the opportunities than they do with the connections. And so it's not just with the music industry, but a lot of people have been screwed over. But just when it comes to business in general,
Yeah.
care more about the people than you do the money. Because when I'm looking at my life and I'm on my deathbed or whatever, I'm gonna care more about the interview. Like I'm gonna care more about me and you, the fact that we have an interview or we have something, we've worked on something, more than the money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of people that have the money and they're miserable, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
not all about the money. Care more about the journey, and then the money's gonna come. And the thing is, I feel like the money, because like we didn't grow up rich, so we automatically put money first as the main priority over happiness. So you can be successful, and by, even if it's not even genuine, but like you could just be cutthroat to everybody and you have all this money and now you're lonely. Like you have a Rolls Royce, you got everything, and now you're still lonely. Like
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Just care more about the connections than you do the money.
Hell
Just
yeah. Hell yeah. For my final question, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to the younger you?
um shoot, don't quit. You the if I'm looking at say, okay, so I'm talking to the past me right now. You're on track. You've manifested me. I'm here and I'm still moving up.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, don't stop. Don't listen to anybody else, because we're finna start balling soon. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, we're already ahead of a lot of people, and we just need a little bit more things, and then once we're out on the shelves and we're out on social media and stuff like that, it's only up from there.
Hell yeah. Give your social media one more time so people know where to follow you at.
Yeah, it's at p.k1804. It's on. Oh, I'm sorry. Follow me on Instagram at p.k1804. and I do tap in with other people like fans and stuff like that. So I have a personal list of people, of like fans and people that ask questions. I reach out towards people who are interested in my music, and then I ask them what they want. So it's not just like a thing where you just follow me. Business is also, I want to give you something too, and then you can, like it should be something that's tradable.
Yeah.
So when you follow me, and I pay attention to my followers and my fans. So just DM me, I'll hit you up. I ask my fans and everything, like, what should I do next? What would you want in the next music video? So your opinion is really important when you follow me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so follow me at p.k1804. Twitter, it's pkid1804. I'm gonna be more active on my Twitter, but I mainly post like motivational stuff and business tips and stuff like that. So
Hell yeah. Pyramid Kid, I appreciate you. I wish you much success moving forward, buddy.
yeah, no problem. I'm gonna pay attention to you too. I'm gonna still
Okay.
tap in with you and everything. Ain't no Hollywood, none of that Hollywood shit.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell